Welcome to another video in my natural makeup video series. This one is all about highlighters. There are thousands of highlighters on the market. They really kind of blew up in the last 5 or 6 years. So brands have been pushing out tons of different formulas. You can get like the wet glossy look, the strobing highlight look, the very subtle lit from within or like glow from within look, sparkly highlighters. Because I like my makeup to look a little bit more natural, I have tons of products that do lean on that kind of glowy natural highlight side. If you like that natural kind of highlight too and you just want like a healthy glow, then I think you're going to get a lot of value out of this video. I'm going to show you a ton of different products that will give you just that, how to apply them, and tons of examples of every single product that I show you. Welcome if you're new. My name's Karina and my channel is focused all on natural, classy, wearable, or simple makeup looks. So if you're into that kind of makeup, then you'll really enjoy this series. I've broken all of my highlighters down into 3 different categories: liquids, creams, and powders. I'm going to talk about each category and show you the different products I have within that category, as well as how to apply them to get the most kind of natural or blended effect possible. So my first category is the liquid category. I think liquids are a beautiful option because they do kind of sink into your skin as opposed to laying on top of your skin like a powder would. So I think liquids and creams will give you more of that natural, glowy, dewy look, or like the lit from within look. So let's start with the MAC Strobe Cream. This product has been around forever, before the industry blew up with all these different highlighter formulations. This is a beautiful product because you can wear it under your makeup, you can mix it in with your foundation, or you can wear it on top of your makeup. And actually that applies with all of liquids. So that's one thing that I like about liquids, is they're versatile that way, that you can really use them in multiple ways. This is just the original color of the MAC Strobe Cream. It's very neutral. It looks white when you put it onto your hand, but as soon as you blend it out, it really blends in with your skin. And I would say this one gives you more of like a glossy kind of glow. So not sparkly and not stroby, but more of like that wet kind of skin finish. It's a really pretty option. Sometimes I forget about this one because there's so many other ones, but when I was using it again today to give you an example, I thought it was gorgeous. Next, I've got the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. I'm gonna link all of these highlighters down below. So this one again is a liquid, but it has a little bit more of like a champagne skin tone color to it. And I would say that this one, it does give you like more of a wet look, but it also is a little bit more like stroby than say the matte strobe cream. So it's just a little bit less subtle than that one. But I like that it has that skin tone coloring to it, so it really blends in with your skin. It doesn't look like a stark white or silver or anything like that. And actually this is the one that I am wearing in this video. Next I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I've talked about a lot in some of my other videos. This one is in the shade Medium, number 4. This one I like because it is a very subtle liquid highlight. So this one is awesome for wearing under, mixing in, or wearing on top of your makeup. This, I would say, really does give you that lit from within glow. It's just very natural looking, it's easy to use, and I love this product. When it comes to liquid highlighters, I sometimes will use my hands to blend the product in, but mostly I'll use a wet beauty sponge. I think that's the easiest, fastest, and most natural way to blend in your liquids. You just pump a little bit on the back of your hand, dip your sponge in, and then you can just tap it into your cheekbone or wherever you want to put highlighter. I even put highlighter on like my collarbones and my shoulders, so you don't just have to wear it on your face. In the summertime, if I'm wearing like a low or like a spaghetti strap top that shows lots of skin, then I'll put highlighter, you know, all over my body. Well, not all over my body, but in those places I just mentioned, just to give you more of that like healthy kind of sheen. All right, the next category I have is the cream highlighter category. That one I will just blend in with my fingers because I think that the warmth of my fingers kind of warms the cream up a little bit and makes it a little bit easier to blend in. If I use my sponge, you don't get the warmth from your hand kind of melting the product into your skin. So for creams, I use my hands. First, I've got the NARS Copacabana. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Oh no, Copacabana highlighter. I've had this one for a long time. I actually think this was probably one of the first highlighters that I ever bought. I bought it when I was in makeup school in Vancouver. And this one does have a little more of like a neutral to silver kind of tone to it. So I think that this one wears really, really beautifully on people who are a little bit more lighter or pale skin tone. This product's cool because it's kind of buildable, so you can put a little bit on and just get like this nice little sheen glow, or you can build it up to get a little bit more of that like strobing highlight. I lied. This is the first highlighter that I ever discovered, and if you can believe it, this is just a sample size, and I've had this for a really, really long time. And I've never gone through it. Like it lasts so long. Maybe that's because I have so many other products. This one is beautiful. It is a little bit more of that champagne gold tone. It's not super gold, but just like a champagne skin color. And so this one is subtle as well. I would say it's a little bit more like stroby looking than the NARS one, but it's beautiful because it really blends into your skin tone. So this is like an old favorite. This I put in the cream category. It's more of like a gloss. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Secret Glow highlighter, and it just really is like a creamy gloss. When you open it up, it just looks like a pan because the gloss is completely clear. This one gives you a true wet look, so it's not going to give you a strobe or a sparkle or anything like that. I wouldn't even say that it's a super natural lit from within look because it is just like a wet cheek look. I feel like it's very high fashion or like model looking, but I actually love it. I think it's just so pretty. I think this is beautiful in the summer when you want to look kind of like wet, glossy, alive, fresh. I don't know. But I didn't really know how I would feel about this because I just ordered it a couple weeks ago, but I really love it, and I love the way that it makes my skin look. The next category are powder highlights. I've got a lot of them. You can apply powders with so many different brushes, but the brush I've had for years and years and love is this fan brush. This one's by Smashbox. I don't even know if they still make this, but any fan brush will do. I just think it's the easiest way to pick up product out of the pan and then just sweep it right across your cheek. It just fits perfectly right on your cheekbone, and it's fluffy enough that you can kind of blend it out as much as you want. But yeah, this is my favorite way to apply powder highlighters. So the first two products I'm going to talk about are way more on the subtle side of things. The first one I have is the Jaclyn Hill Brighten Up Luminous Powder. I think it's meant to be more of a setting powder, so you can set your whole face with this, and instead of having a matte look, it's going to give you like a luminous kind of glowy look, but not too much. It's so subtle that you can actually use it all over your face. But the more that you kind of build it up or blend it into like your cheek area, for example, you will get a little bit more of that glow come out. So this is a really pretty natural kind of setting powder highlighter. The next one I have that is kind of similar to that is the Hourglass Ambient Luminous Light Lighting Powder. So I think this was made to be a setting powder as well, or maybe not a setting powder, but just like a face powder that you can put all over. It is a little bit more glowy than the Jaclyn Hill one, so I only use this on my cheek area or maybe like the bridge of my nose or Cupid's bow, just places that I would typically highlight anyway. This one is beautiful for brides, for example, if you just want like this very natural glowing cheek, but you don't want anything stroby. So I really love that one. Next is an old one I've had forever. It's the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and it's in the shade Soft and Gentle. This one is a little bit more on the neutral side or like the flesh tone side of things. So it's not super gold, it's not super silver. So it works for a lot of skin tones. And this one gives you kind of like a natural glossy glow as well, but it is a little bit more of like an obvious highlight. It's not going to be like just a very subtle highlight. Beautiful product. I've used this for years and years. Next I have the Fenty Beauty product in Kilowatt. One side is lightning dust, one side is fire crystal. One of the sides is a little bit more subtle. One has a little bit more of like a glitter, not a glitter, but like a little bit more of a sparkle or sheen to it. It's very neutral toned as well. I think it's beautiful. It gives you a very similar effect as Soft and Gentle does. It's not my favorite highlight I've ever used. It's not bad. It's just a nice kind of neutral highlight. The next two products I have lean a lot more on that gold or champagne side of things. So this one is a NARS highlighting powder in Fort de France. It is a nice product and I like it, but I actually don't reach for it as often just because it's a little bit powdery. So like when I put my brush in, powder just falls out, which means that when I put it on my skin, you kind of have to work with the product a little bit more. I just find it a little bit more powdery on my skin. So I really have to like blend it in, and then I definitely have to spray it with a setting spray or MAC Fix Plus or something like that to get it to sink into my skin. I'd probably wear this a little bit more often in the summertime when I had more of a tan, but it's also not my favorite highlighter that I have. I'm sure a lot of you have this one. It's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop, the Jaclyn Hill collaboration one. collaboration. This one obviously leans a lot more gold. So I would say this one probably is a little bit too gold for super pale or lighter tone skins. This one I also reach for more in the summer just because I like the bronzy kind of gold cheek in the summertime. This one actually is a little bit powdery as well, but I really like the color of it and I like the way it looks on my skin, so I still reach for this a lot. I'm actually even just hitting pan on it, as you can see. If I had to choose favorites out of each category, out of the liquids, I would probably choose the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's a little bit more of a pricey product, but I just find it more natural and more of that like lit from within glow. I love that one. From the creams, I would probably choose the Benefit WhatsApp highlighter just because it does kind of match into your skin a little bit more. Although I do love this Mario one and I'll probably start wearing that a little bit more often, but probably more in the summertime. And then out of the powders, I love these subtle powders that we already talked about. And my favorite powder would probably be the Champagne Pop or Soft and Gentle. So those are my favorites. Those are more of like the natural subtle highlights, like I said. And to sum up for application, liquids I use the sponge, powders I use this fan brush, and then creams I will use my fingers so that I can warm the product up a little bit first so that it can melt into my skin more naturally. Definitely let me know below what your favorite natural kind of subtle glow highlighter is. I would love to check out some new products. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Leave any questions or comments you have down below. The next category I have in my natural makeup video series is eyes, and the next video I will be making will be all about eyeshadows and liners. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.
You said you're up for the fight.